Is this thing on? It's been a while. Hi, my name's Alex and welcome to or back to my channel. This has been the longest break that I've ever took from posting on YouTube since I began posting, and the only other time I took that long of a break was when I got my puppy, who I've now had for well over a year. Listen, the reason for that is the title of this video. I'm struggling to get anything out of this game at the minute. And I just want to talk about it. I originally started my channel to make videos like this and this, and I think that's so evident when you watch those videos, as I can get my personality across a little bit more, and I think it's evident that I have a lot more fun in those videos than I do all of my others. Don't get me wrong, I like filming bizarre videos, but as I've mentioned in more recent videos, I feel like the only content that we're getting at the minute is on a cycle, and nothing on that cycle is really worthy of my time. It's a cycle of Trailblazer, 2 small updates, a bazaar with double star coins, and it's back around on this same cycle, and that's kind of like the monthly loop of updates. I feel like I've been squashed kind of into this shopping spree YouTuber, which kind of my own fault. Also not really that big of a deal. Like, I do enjoy buying courses, otherwise I wouldn't make those videos at all. However, there no longer is any more fun in buying horses. Like, I haven't posted the last 2 bazaars and I've had messages being like, oh, where's your shopping sprees? And it's like, I don't actually want any of them. So I'm not gonna sit and pretend and put on this fake personality that I'm having fun doing that, because I'm not. So I'm not gonna make videos on it, right? It just feels like at the minute with this loop that we're on, there's nothing to really look forward to anymore. I don't look forward to new breeds anymore because I buy enough horses with the bazaars. I don't look forward to new story missions anymore because I feel like we've changed the main story and the path of the main story that many times that I actually don't even really know what's happening anymore. Like, even with reading the dialogue, I don't really know what's going on, I'm not gonna lie. But that's because as an older player, I remember parts of the old story, and I don't know what parts of that is even like canon anymore. Like, I don't even know what parts of that is even still considered in the main story, and then it's just a kerfuffle. Like, I made a new account on Nightstar, I bought Lifetime, I played through the main story, and I kid you not, they've got rid of so much of the old story. The old story is not valid at all whatsoever. But a couple of years ago I made a new account on UK servers and some of it was still valid, so I actually don't even know what's going on with the main story. Like, I just really don't. I don't know what the storyline is anymore, and I also just think the old storyline was that much better that, like, I just don't care for this one whatsoever. Like, I used to really give a shit about the story. I don't know how to explain to people who didn't play before 2015, I'm gonna say. 2016 we'll say, because that's when Epona came out, how this game used to be. And people who started playing after 2016 and 2017, 2018, they call themselves old players, which they have every right to. That was a very long time ago. I forget how long ago that was. But this game did exist for a good couple of years before that time, and a lot of changes had already been made going into 2016, 2017 that you just won't get if you never played it back then. The vibe was so much different, and I don't mean the vibe in terms of graphics, I don't mean the vibe in terms of like gameplay specifically, because the gameplay now is objectively better, but the vibe in terms of the main story, what you were doing, what you were questing for, everything felt like it had a bit more of a purpose. We got a main story quest update the other day. It was very short, but it was very well done, but I just didn't care for what was happening. I thought the cutscenes were great, the gameplay of it was fine, it was fun, but I didn't care for what was going on. Like, it was like, oh, Garnock's here again, I've ran away from this thing like 6 times now. I also don't know how many times in the past that I've ran away from it, it's still relevant. The Trailblazers are generous, but they aren't fun. There's only so many fireflies I can collect, or so many times I can do the same races, some of which I've literally been doing for the last 12 years. It's in points by playing, but I don't even want to play. Do you know what I mean? Do you think it's good that we have a Trailblazer? I think that Trailblazer really does encourage people to log on more, to do things, and it's better than having no content. I said that in past videos, that the Trailblazer is better than having no content, but to have the Trailblazer as an entire update for a week when it takes over a month to complete, and, you know, actually doing anything different in terms of gameplay, I don't know, you know, I've made my fair share of videos defending Star Stable in the past. We know this if you've seen me before. I also do, however, call them out where necessary. I am part of the social media team in Embassy. I try to enjoy what they give us, and I like to actively do things in the game to get more entertainment out of it, you know what I mean? Otherwise I wouldn't be throwing myself up for extra roles in the community. Like, if I wasn't trying to enjoy myself, I wouldn't have made 20 million Bazaar videos just to try and find fun and content, even though that's not the type of commentary that I set out to make. I know that my Bazaar videos have now become everybody's favourite, and like I said, where there is things I want to buy, there is fun content I can make, but because they're now becoming so repetitive, I don't want to put videos out there for you where I just sound like a broken record, or it's clear that I'm not necessarily having fun, which is why I've skipped the last couple of bazaars, because I'm not going to pretend to be having fun in my videos. I'm either going to have fun or I'm not. I won't fake a persona, so that's why them videos haven't been put out. The point I'm really trying to make is I didn't realize how dead in content this game was becoming until I clicked on my channel and realized it's literally all just Bazaar videos. That's not from a lack of wanting to create new content or unique content. That's not what it is. It's just that that's all we're getting that's somewhat content worthy, and now my channel has hit this dry spot because, oh, that's not even content worthy now. Do you know what I mean? It's how you come across and how you interact with the things on your screen that makes a video unique or content unique. Like, I personally try not to just sit there and be like, so I want to buy this one today and I'm gonna call it this, and then we go. The comment that I've always remembered was that one that I've brought it up a couple times, where someone said these videos are like watching a manic episode. I try to just have fun and take the mic. That's why I make the horse buying videos, because I don't try and just follow the basic structure of buying. I really wish I could make more videos like the Halloween one, like the Christmas one, because that is exactly what I wanted my channel to be when I made my channel. And I've said in the past, like, I'm not one of those YouTubers that thrive off making interactive content like train with me's or like ideas for the game or reading what you've sent me, etc. I do like to do those videos, but I don't like to edit them as such. Like, I kind of just love to sit there and chat shit. Like, I love to just sit there and make people laugh with the content that is being displayed on my screen. There's only so many jokes you can crack or situations you can create that are funny before it gets tedious and stale. And this is where I feed back to the title of the video with, you know, Star Stables becoming too stale, because if I was just a regular player, I'd just be like, oh, well, I'll just put up with it for a bit. Whoa! But I'm more aware of it now that I'm trying to make videos from what they've given us, and I've seen every update. Like, I've seen it all. Like, I remember Golden Hills Valley coming out. Golden Hills was the main thing. It was the first new area. It was huge. I remember everything back to that point, and I think being that older player, I can't race today. From a gameplay perspective and the things that there is to do in this game at the minute, the game is a lot better than it used to be. However, from what they're giving us in terms of updates, it's just that stale that I can't find reason to actively want to play this anymore. And you may ask, well, how is it different back in the day? Like, what did you used to get that, you know, was so different? Because when you think the game's been going 13 years now, there's probably not 13 years worth of content in the game, and it's like, yeah, because they've removed half of it. One of the biggest main story updates that we got was Pandora Cracks is still in the story, I think, but it's literally like, it's not even a day blocked quest anymore. That used to take 6 months to complete, because there was rep for Pandora Cracks every day. There would be 2 or 3 Pandora Cracks that appeared over at Jorvik that you had to hunt down and you had to close, and you get like 20 rep per one, and it took like 6,000 rep to do. So it was 6 months of something you were working towards. Main stories always had more frequent updates, rep blockers that would keep you doing at least something. Day blockers, we had to do rep with the culters. When the Gen 1 Fjords came out, it took you like 2 weeks to be able to buy a Gen 1 Fjord if your rep was 0. A lot of updates. It gave you a couple of weeks worth of things to work towards, and it was very rare that you'd get a quote-unquote dead update where you just get like a single race. New areas were a lot more frequent. The reason why new areas have died down is obviously because they've been updating old areas that we already have with new graphics and new layouts, and that's fine, but we don't actually want that. We keep telling the team that, but they're not listening. Golden Hills Valley, that came out in late 2012 or very early 2013. Then we got Jarlaheim, the Harvest Counties, that came out in 2013. Then Dino Valley came out in 2015. Epona came out in 2016. I can't remember when Selfie came out. It was either between this or after that. Then we got Mistfall, and then we had a bit more of a break, and then we got Wildwoods. Railroad Point. We haven't had a new area since Wildwoods, and that was fucking years ago. We always had something as a community to theorize about, and it'd be like, oh, this area is coming on this date, and it's like, now it's just like, oh, well, next week we might get a bazaar, and then like the week after that we might get a trailblazer if we're lucky, and then oh, we've got week 2 of the event, which will give us more clothes. I'm not a hater for this game. Like, I will always try and back it, and I always want the best for this game. Like, I always try and give them the benefit of the doubt because I want to see it do well. But I'm just really struggling as of late. I can't have a say in it directly to the developers, but I can speak about it. And the more people speak about it, our movement begins. So here's the video. Oh, I miss you guys, but there's nothing to do. Miss you guys, love you guys. See you in another 2 months. I'm joking. Bye bye.